Drop on by the Clown Cafe. That's for you, Tyler.
Love
That
it.
is not what I thought you were going to do.
I had no idea what I was going to do. I just went with it. Welcome back to Real Lounge Entertainment. As always, I'm Mike.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Wes.
And today we're going to be covering two movies that are very controversial, very popular, and those are Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2.
Yes, yes.
So quickly, how do you guys feel about the Terrifier movies?
We will get into it more in depth, but yeah, that's all I'll say.
Yeah, but baseline, they're okay. They're all right. I think like we'll dive into it a little more, but I think there's more potential here.
Yeah, for sure. It's a very mixed bag for me, but I have good things to say and bad things to say. So I think it's just fair to just kind of do a quick recap of the first movie, and then we'll do a quick recap of the second movie, guys. So first movie was made on a budget of like $50,000 and a box office of like 421,000. So I assume just like a limited release in a few theaters. It's not rated, but if it would be NC-17 for sure if it was. And a runtime of 1 hour, 22 minutes, and a 63% Rotten Tomatoes. So right away, I got to say that $50,000 budget, I don't think I've ever seen a movie look so good on such a small budget.
How much
Totally
was
agree.
Blair Witch? Was that more?
Blair Witch probably costs less, but I love Blair Witch, but it doesn't look as good as this movie.
I got you.
It's a totally different beast in itself. This one's written and directed by Damien Leone. Is that how you pronounce it, guys?
Correct. Yep.
Art the Clown
Good
played
job.
by... I kind of practiced for 1 second, but I didn't check like officially online. Art the Clown is the main character, or not main character, but like the antagonist. Played by David Howard Thornton. I keep adding the last and middle names. One of the main characters is Tara, played by Jenna Cannell. Not sure if that's it, but we're going with it. So, her sister character Victoria, played by Samantha Scafidi.
Scafidi, something like that.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay.
The character, her friend is Dawn, and there's a character named Mike. He's kind of just works in the office. Not office, but he's kind of like just a laborer, carpenter type of guy. There's a few other characters, but you don't really even know their name.
Yeah.
So right away, this movie is extremely violent.
Yep.
You get this. Yeah. You get the quick intro of like a TV type of thing, and they're doing like a news report on the murders by this person and the survivor, who's like her face is all messed up, and then you get right into you get the Art the Clown kind of making his stuff. Which kind of contradicts certain stuff that we'll get in the future movies.
Okay.
But then, then it's just like murder spree stuff. Like these two girls partying, and they see Art the Clown, and he kind of follows them into a pizza place because they get a flat tire, or they're drunk and they go to eat. He follows them around, kills the pizza people pretty gruesomely.
Yeah.
We had one off screen, one on screen. Pretty brutal though. And then he captures the friend Dawn, and like tortures her in a really horrific way, like cutting her in half.
I'd say.
What?
I'd say.
Yeah, it was just the saw itself.
Yes.
When there's any scene in a movie where like a saw is actually like cutting, I just grind my teeth.
Yeah.
So that's probably what they were going for. So good job, guys.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then
nailed it.
Yeah. And the one character, Tara, she had called her sister to come pick her up because of the flat tire. So she's on the way. And this is one of those movies where the protagonist changes halfway through the movie. Because Art the Clown kills her. And then the next main character is now going to be the sister, Victoria.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that, but at the same time, I don't think I've seen a lot of stuff where they switch the character like that. But
well, that's Psycho. Yeah, that happens in Psycho, and it worked for that because it was such a long time ago. It was Alfred Hitchcock. To see it in a more modern setting, it was off-putting. Like we're past all that. We need to move on and it just threw me off because I was invested in one person, and then you just switch it like that.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy that.
Right, because you actually kind of like the Tara character quite a bit.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
She's pretty smart. She doesn't really make mistakes. She's wary of the character, doesn't want to be around him. So
You could call her smart. I won't though.
Well, I don't want to say smart, but like we're talking about horror movie characters here.
Yeah.
All right, so then the sister comes. At this point, the sister's here. Art the Clown kills Mike, or doesn't kill him, but like hits Mike over the head with the hammer.
Yeah.
You think he's dead, but he comes back later. And then she sees the dead bodies, starts running. Art the Clown's chasing her. And then what we got? We got another repairman come in. Yeah, another repairman comes in, gets murdered.
But then you also have like that weird lady with the doll that's like
Oh,
in the
yeah.
building.
Oh, yeah.
too.
What's funny is in my notes I wrote down cat lady, and then I'm like, wait, what do you mean cat lady? It's a doll.
That's funny.
Same
But the
aura.
thing is, if you would have said that, I don't think I would have corrected you.
I know.
I would have known exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this crazy like homeless lady who lives in the basement or something and has a doll that thinks it's like her real daughter.
Yeah.
So we do get some cool scenes with like Art the Clown holding the baby and her freaking out like, no, don't hurt her, don't hurt her. And then next thing you know, Art the Clown murders her, and Victoria comes in and thinks it's her and like trying to like wake her up.
I knew that. Knew that. Where we were going there.
Well, of course we as viewers knew, but then all of a sudden
A little switcheroo.
it sits up and it's Art the Clown wearing like a whole nude bodysuit of this lady. So that scene kind of came out of nowhere. It kind of doesn't really fit the rest of me, but
No.
so either way, we're trying to get through this first movie, then we can just talk about the points. So yeah, she kind of escapes. She ends up killing Art the Clown, right? Or does the police kill him? Wait, no, he kills himself.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the police come and they're got the guns on him, and he just takes out a gun and like shoots himself dead. And then they take him to the coroner's office, and the lights flicker, and sure, he's not dead. He's alive again.
Yeah.
So it's like a, paranormal, supernatural, whatever. It's not really explained in this movie.
Yeah. It's kind of just left open.
So that's basically the first movie. Victoria also, she got totally messed up. Victoria is the one.
She got like shot like 5-6 times in the head too, I'm pretty sure. But she's alive.
Well, her whole face gets messed up, and she's the one at the beginning of the
She was
news
the one that
interview.
was the
Full
survivor.
circle.
Yeah, who then attacks the news reporter and like becomes evil herself.
Yeah.
So this first movie, I gotta say, the gore. I'm not a gore person when it comes to horror movies. It's not my favorite genre, but I'm gonna watch this movie knowing that it's like not my movie.
Yeah.
For $50,000,
Sure. Yep.
yeah, for $50,000, this movie looks great. It's shot well. It's shot really well. It lacks on story. I think we all agree on that, right?
There's like no story whatsoever.
Right.
It's,
But there was some potential there because you actually had some characters and some actresses and stuff that actually put in a pretty decent job for such a low budget horror movie.
Yeah.
yeah, I totally agree. Them changing protagonists kind of
Screwed it up.
like
Yeah, deflated
derailed the whole thing. It was not a good choice.
And then of course we got a major shout out, David Howard Thornton, like amazing.
Man.
Yeah.
That's a dog right there, dude.
Right. And the makeup
He is
job they did.
terrifying.
Yeah, he's terrifying. I think he used to do some mime stuff before.
Yeah, a little bit.
So that's like, he was perfectly cast for this.
Yeah, it's just crazy because he doesn't talk or anything, but he just has like that very just creepy vibe and scary at the same
It's
time.
his presence.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, so for gore wise, is it a little too gory for you guys, or is it?
It's fine in this one. I think definitely the next one we'll talk about more, but I was okay with the gore in this one.
How about
This one I heard people talk about the first one, like, oh, it's so gory.
Yeah.
So I think my expectations were set too high. So when I went into it, I was like, oh, there's this when she gets cut in half, that's that's messed up.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was pretty tame compared to the other installments.
Right. I was surprised.
But
too.
yeah, it wasn't.
I was expecting way worse when I finally watched these because, I have 3 kids, so these have all come out like without me being able to watch too many movies and me not being a gore person, I kind of just had these on the back burner, and I have just seen Art the Clown everywhere. So I just thought this was gonna be way worse, like horror gore wise, but it was okay.
Yeah.
The other thing that kind of surprised me is he's got this bag, a garbage bag, with all his like weapons that he's made, knives and forks and just random stuff. But there's one point he's getting like beat down, and he's just like on the ground, and he just like reaches up with a gun and like shoots her. That like totally took me by surprise because I didn't think Art the Clown was gonna be a gun person.
Yeah, just like a weapon.
Yeah,
dude.
no.
Okay, another question for you guys. Are you guys happy that Art the Clown doesn't talk, or do you think he should talk?
For this movie,
just in general.
I'm cool with him not talking. It's something different, at least to me.
Right.
I'm used to other people, being killers, revealing that there's somebody, or there's them talking. So I was cool with something different, I guess.
What about you?
Yeah, I agree. I dig it because it adds to the layer of mystery about him. We have no idea where his mind's at, why he does what he does. We can kind of put things together a little bit, but usually we'll get some kind of monologue from the killer of why they're doing what they're doing, and this is why this is this. Or you have someone speaking on their behalf that does the talking for him. Like Freddy Krueger, obviously he talks. Jason had his mom. Scream, Billy and Stu, they did the talking for themselves. Usually there's something there to give us something, but him not talking, it adds to the mystique and honestly just the creepy factor about him. I enjoy it. I enjoy that aspect of Art.
I agree. It is true. I'm just in a parallel universe. Art the Clown talks, and he is like Freddy Krueger style, and I see it really working that way too. Like with the comedy and the high pitched voice, because we hear his voice in the second one as Art the Clown and stuff. Yeah. So like I see it working both ways. I was just curious how you guys felt. So,
well, it is funny too because I think the actor, played the Joker in like a fan made film, and he did a phenomenal job. I could see that voice working with Art.
I'll have to check that manner.
Not sparingly though, not like all the time, but here and there add pieces of dialogue. I think it would work too.
Well, we hear his voice in the second movie doing the commercial for the Art Krispies, and like hearing him do the Art Krispies voice, it's like it really would have worked. I just wish I could see that version as well, but
yeah, I
definitely understand why they went no talking.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just get right into the second movie, and then after we go through the second movie, guys, we will just start talking about talking points between both movies and stuff. And yeah, that's what we'll do for this one. All right, so Terrifier 2 came out in 2022. Also not rated, but it would definitely be NC-17, just like the first one. A runtime of 2 hours and 18 minutes for a gory horror movie. Telling you right now, it's in one of my complaints. That's way too long.
It sounds like it's definitely a complaint for you.
Yeah, for me too.
Oh no, 100%. Me and Mike were talking about it.
Yeah. I can't even wait to complain about that because I will still complain the rest of this review about that. And a shocking 87% on Rotten Tomatoes. Wow, that's
kind of wild. Actually, that's wild.
Crazy high for such a horror, like such a small market movie. This one, the budget went up to only $250,000, but it grossed $15.8 million. And once again, just like the first one, the amount of stuff they were able to do for that budget is insane to me. Even more so in the second movie, it is insane.
That is crazy.
Like it looks better and has more personality than most studio films. Like it's so different. That like Disney pops out $100 million movie that has no personality and grosses $30 million. Well, this one cost just a penny compared to that. And all right,
that's nuts.
Yeah, this one is also written and directed by Damien Leone. Same Art the Clown, same Victoria, and now we have introduction to the Sienna character, played by Lauren Lavera and her brother Jonathan Elliott Fullman. And Art the Clown gets a little pal in this one, and this is a little pale girl, played by Amelia McLean. Those are like the main characters added to this one.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, Sienna to me is a great protagonist.
Yeah.
100%.
I think Damien said in interviews like he's never been more proud or he's never written a better character than Sienna. And I gotta say, like, the first movie didn't really have too much story. This one, we had a protagonist the whole entire movie. We like her. We follow her story. She almost gets to be like a superhero versus Art the Clown villain. So, I guess before we start talking that type of stuff, we should really quickly do a recap of this movie.
Do it.
All right. Gore scene. I'm just joking, guys.
That's about it.
Are you joking?
I am joking. What's the intro to this movie? I don't even remember.
What is the intro?
It's him seeing that he's alive, and he walks into like the
laundry.
Well, it's the coroner's place first, where he kills the coroner.
Oh yeah, he finishes killing the coroner from the end of the first one.
Yeah.
Yep. So he comes back to life with no real explanation. So right now we know this is supernatural of some kind. This movie, we still don't really get explanation on it though.
Yeah, no.
Nope.
Yeah, at that point, then he goes and does his laundry. He strips down naked and just like throws it all in.
But that's when he like seizes the pale girl.
The blind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's just in the laundromat naked, laughing at like horrible stories in the newspaper, and he starts seeing this like invisible girl that's like a female version of him, that's like just as creepy, and like they start playing games and stuff like that.
Patty cake or whatever.
We know she's not really
well,
there.
First she has like diarrhea or something.
Oh,
weird.
Yeah. I don't even know how to explain it.
Oh, strange. It's like, okay.
It's just another way to put some sort of, mystery fluid on the ground.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right on.
I have my guesses of what it could be, but we don't need to say that.
Yeah, we don't need to get into it.
We know that she's not really there because like a guy that was sleeping in the laundromat wakes up and sees him playing patty cake by himself. So right away we know it's in his mind. Other characters do see him. The brother, what's his name? Jonathan,
yeah.
Jonathan sees him later, but at this point we just get into the Sienna character and waking up. They don't have a dad. He's passed away or something like that.
Away.
And she, she seems to have like lots of responsibility on her, not much to relax in life. And we're getting to Halloween, so she's been
making this costume.
Yeah, making this really awesome Halloween costume that she designed or her dad
so
designed.
Badass.
Her dad designed it, yeah.
What'd you say?
So badass, the costume.
It's pretty sweet. And then her brother Jonathan is a little weirdo and a little creeper. He's just all obsessed with like killers and stuff and following the murders, the Art the Clown murders. He's not called Art yet. Yeah. Or like the public doesn't know he's Art the Clown yet. Yeah. So he's just obsessed with it. He's really weird. And he doesn't really get much better in the rest of the movies, but they go to school. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they go to school. Basically, the whole thing is going to lead to her going to a party. The mom lets her go. Jonathan. Sorry, I'm struggling with this one, guys.
You're good.
If anyone
you're fine. Yeah, you're good. We'll fill in the blanks.
All right.
When we talk a little more about it, just hit these points because you are really pinpointing what happened in this movie.
It's hard to get. It's a long movie of gore, and it's hard to get them in random things. But we have scenes where Jonathan's at school. He sees the little girl. He sees Art the Clown and a dead possum. He gets in trouble and sent home because they think he brought the dead possum in. At the same time, Sienna is freaking out when she hears the story of Victoria on the news channel, like hurting the other lady because she's having these dreams. They set up for a party that they're going to go to later so she can finally blow off some steam. And at this point, do we have any more murders from Art the Clown yet?
I think it's Sienna's friend and then her mom at a certain point.
Oh, yeah, the friend.
And then the cashier at the
Halloween store?
Yeah. The Halloween store.
Yeah. We forget. There's a scene where, like, she's dreaming and all of a sudden, like, her desk just like lights up on fire. She's dreaming about the drop on by the clown cafe. And it's like a really long scene in her dream where Art the Clown comes in. Everyone's like at a McDonald's type of thing, and he just kills everybody. And it's a really catchy song.
It is. I like it.
Some really
cool scene. I like the scene.
It is awesome. A cool scene. It dragged on a little too long for me, but it is very cool. And you get it's another like edge on Art the Clown, a little bit closer to Freddy Krueger style. Like he's now in dreams.
And yeah, kind of ties them together. Sienna and him, like they're kind of linked after that point, and we kind of realize that after she wakes up and the flames ignite her in her room.
Right, like there's
cool. It was a cool way to set that up.
Yeah, so they're linked. We just don't really know how. Jonathan later has like their dad's sketchbook, and it has like pictures of her like holding the sword that her dad made her, like fighting Art the Clown and stuff. So we definitely know they're linked. We didn't really get a full explanation of why.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also during the fire, her wings that she made for her costume burned, so she goes to the Halloween store. Yeah, damn it, for the wings?
Yeah, okay. She worked so hard.
I didn't know if you were saying damn it to the wings or just damn it in general because something happened at your house. So this is when, this is the first time she sees Art the Clown in person, right?
Yes, I think so. Yes. Besides the dream, but outside of the dream, I think just at the Halloween
So she
store.
saw him in the dream, but now she sees him in person, and she gets her wings, she escapes, and then Art the Clown flips it and murders the cashier guy who didn't deserve it. He's pretty, just like Mike in the first movie.
Doing his job.
Just people doing their jobs, being protective, like, is that guy messing with you? Yeah. And the pizza guy in the first one. All the good guys in these movies, just, they don't stand a chance.
Nope.
All right, so then, skip stuff we were talked about. We get to the party scene. The mom's at home, is mad because she finds out Jonathan got sent home from school or whatever. She calls Sienna. It's like, oh, you're drunk at the party. You're not going to. Okay, just have fun and make sure you get home. And then she goes in the garage and the car is totally messed up. And this is when we get Art the Clown. Like, she's trying to clean it.
Because she thinks Jonathan did all of it. Like, did something in his room. I can't remember if it was like pumpkin stuff or if it was something else.
Yeah, even the mom's like, that little freak Jonathan. Yeah. I kind of agree with her.
Yeah, she's just saying that. She's like cleaning the car off.
It did give a cool scene though. Like, she's sitting in the car. I think she does the windshield wipers, and Art the Clown is like right there, right?
Well, I think she was wiping just the side.
She was just wiping it, and he's in the car.
Yep.
Okay, he's in the car. She wipes, and he's right there, and like shoots or whatever. Clever scene. So I'll give him credit for that scene.
Yeah, that's cool.
Where's Jonathan at this point? Has Jonathan been?
He ran away or something.
He's out of the house at this point, I believe.
Jonathan runs away. Sienna's just having a party at the party, and her friend drugs her. I mean, she was drinking, but she like gave her, I can't remember what she gave her. Either
Molly or something, I think.
Yeah, either way. So she's kind of wasted. And then, is this when Art the Clown gets, or Jonathan's walking down the street. He sees a little girl in the van.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Art the Clown chases him.
I can't remember at this point. I might have been.
No, Art the Clown is at the house. I think it's just the little girl that's chasing him. I can't really remember. But he ends up going back into the house, and Art the Clown's messing with his mom's body at the dinner table.
Oh yeah,
okay, so he goes back or something.
Yeah, he goes back because they're like setting down for the table or whatever, and then he gets injected, right? He gets injected, and then Sienna calls him, or they call her or whatever, and the little girl's doing Jonathan's voice in the car to set up the trap, like, hey, come get him. So
cool.
So without getting into too much detail of what happens, we then have the next like 40 minutes of just battles between Art the Clown,
where both of them die, but they don't die.
Jonathan is, I don't know, he gets like knocked out or something. He's basically irrelevant, but
completely useless. This guy,
yeah, completely useless. At this point, he's not a fan of Art the Clown anymore, even though he wanted to be him for Halloween. But Sienna and Art the Clown, they just battle. It's just scene where they're just like beating the crap out of each other. You think one of them's dead, but then they come back. Then the other one dies, and the other one comes back, basically. And it's just too much, way too long.
Yeah.
You do get some good visuals eventually. Like she gets like thrown down like through the floor, and then we have like this like boxed hole that's like surrounded by lights and stuff. So we do get some good visuals, but then she has her sword, and that's kind of like the thing that in her dream in the Notebook is what's going to defeat Art the Clown, and I think she decapitates him, right?
He uses it against her, and then she falls through the thing, and then she's in like a closed case of water or whatever. Then she like dies, but then the sword or dagger thing has powers now, and then the spot where she got stabbed like glowing up, and then bubbles are going everywhere, and then she like is alive now, and then she has the strength to undo the thing on her ankle, and then comes out of the water and grabs it.
It's so much, it's hard to keep track of like what happens.
Yes, I agree.
Either way,
it was long. I will say that, but I actually liked this final showdown between the two of them. I would have liked it even more if they would have cut a lot of the scenes and condensed things throughout the movie. So I would have been like, it's okay if it's a little longer here because it's a cool payoff. But because the movie was so damn long and there's so many scenes that should have been either cut or cut down, that ending was dragging.
Yeah.
At this point, I wanted the thing to end.
Yeah, it was just
there was just too many of them dying and then surviving. If they cut like they could have left a little bit, but it was just way too much and just too much.
But like I said, the visuals in it there's very cool at some points because she's getting more bloody as she goes on, but she's still got the angel wings and her costume. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like a version of like seeing like a Wonder Woman fight like a Jason Voorhees almost. Yeah. Like it's
that's cool. Yeah,
something we've never really seen. So I definitely dug it.
Yeah, which is really cool. She is like the final girl if you think of it that way, because she's surviving all of this and then cuts his damn head off. It was cool payoff, but yeah, like you said, let's cut some of this stuff out. Let's condense a little bit.
So then she decapitates Art the Clown, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
So.
And then so her and Jonathan survive. They then show a scene with Victoria, like going to, I think this is like after the credits, right?
Yeah, with Y2J.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Hell yeah, Chris Jericho, boy.
It's like a mental hospital or whatever, and Victoria's in there, and they're like, "What's all that racket in there?" And they go in there, and she's like, "It's all mess, like bloody and stuff," and she's holding Art the Clown's head, and it's like alive, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that's how the movie ends.
See how you just explained that end credit scene? That's how short it should have been. Right. This end credit scene was way too long. I do not need to know all this information from these people.
Like 2 minutes of Chris Jericho with like the Jello mold of like the brain and stuff like that.
Yeah, licking his fingers and like, come on, man.
Don't forget the jelly. You got to use the jelly.
Yeah, like way too long of the scene. I was skipping some of it. I wasn't even listening to the words. Sorry to say. Well, second viewing. I watched it the first viewing, but all right. So those are the two movies. I will say the second one is a major upgrade from the first one.
100%.
Still crazy. This movie has a $250,000 budget. It's insane to me. And once again, David Howard Thornton was amazing as Art the Clown. Mm-hmm. Lauren is great as Sienna. Everyone did a great job. Once again, acting is pretty solid across the board for such a low budget movie.
Yeah.
And we got a little bit more of the story. My biggest issue is we still don't have
like the origin of
I don't need a flat out origin, but I think every movie we need like a little bit of a bone here on like give us something just to steer us towards like what is going on.
I totally agree with you, but that being said, I know the first one wasn't what he wanted it to be. It was more of a setup to get a sequel because he wanted to put more resources into the movie itself.
Right.
The second one is actually the first of his trilogy. That's what he said.
Okay.
So the first one was more of just like this gore show, basically just a prequel, what happened before the trilogy started, essentially. So when we think about it in that aspect, okay, that makes a little more sense. I wish this would have been just the first one and we didn't have the first Terrifier. So if we look at the second one as the first installment, maybe they did give us enough to to start stoking that mystery a little bit, and then we start learning more as we go on.
Yeah, it seemed like
that's my thought on it, anyways.
I agree with that. But definitely in this one, it felt like they had some type of story thing with Sienna's dad in the book. Like something had to be with the book because obviously he drew all these things in this book, and Art the Clown was in there, and then Sienna holding his head with the sword or dagger or whatever it is. So it seemed like they were trying to go something with there. So I haven't seen the third one. I don't know if
they don't.
I was gonna say I don't know if they went off of that or anything. But
all right, the next part we're gonna do Terrifier 3, so I'm trying not to talk too much about it since these two guys haven't seen it. But I will tell you right now, they don't go into that at all. So at least not in my memory.
See, I like that in this one that they kind of were going something off there. It was a little interesting to me, but I guess the payoff was
right.
Good.
But to counter Wesley's point, this is called Terrifier 2. So the first one does exist. This is the second movie, and his trilogy is actually 4 movies. I'm just giving you a hard time. Breaking your balls.
Four movie trilogy.
Yeah.
just trying to give you a hard time.
I know. Yeah, but I get it though. You want to know more. But we want to know more because he's that intriguing of a character as well.
Right.
Like he did a good job setting up Art as an entity, and we want to know why he is who he is and what's going on in that realm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand. We want more. We just want a little more.
I also say like a huge upgrade in the second one is the introduction of the pale girl. I thought she was like a great introduction because now it's like Art has a whole different level. Like he's
he has like a sidekick that no one really can see.
Yeah,
So question on her. I took this note down because we get a glimpse of her death, the newspaper clipping in the book, the dad's book.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming Art the Clown killed her. So does he do we think he traps souls, or the people he killed he's got like a
I mean, did he kill her?
I don't know for sure, but there's a news.
It's in the book, so it's
death.
implied that he kills her.
Okay.
And then now she's like.
I just took it as like I don't know, maybe she died young or something. And
well, without spoiling anything for the third one, because it happens at the beginning, and it kind of is happening in this one. Is he's the one who totally messed up Victoria, right, from the first movie,
right?
And now she's like attacking the. Well, she is basically his teammate in the next movie. So it basically happens at the beginning. So to answer that question, there might be something going on like that.
Okay.
But not like 100%.
Well, because also the mom, he uses the mom on Sienna, and Jonathan screams, "That's not mom!" And then when she turns around, the mom has the Terrifier treatment. She's got her hair up, and then her face is all white, like Art's makeup. So I got to thinking like maybe there's something about the people he kills. He's able to manipulate them in some manner or trap them. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. That's just the thing that popped in my head when I saw that happen.
No, I can definitely see it. They just haven't really like flat out said that.
Dived into it at all. Yeah.
I also have to rewatch the third one anyway, so I can't remember everything. But the third one's not my favorite. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Other than that, both movies, the makeup is clean. The gore, even though I'm not the biggest gore person, the gore effects are practical, which is very important to me.
Love that.
Yeah, for the most part, they look pretty good. Sometimes you can tell it's like kind of low budget, but like still done in a good way. And for me, the gore does go too far, but for looking at this movie, not every movie has to be made for me. I know there's lots of people out there in the horror audience that love just like the gore movies. So like for you guys, I'm gonna look at this movie I'm gonna look at this in a different way. Like this isn't my cup of tea, but if you're a gore person, I can definitely tell like you would love it.
Yeah, I can see that point. I also think there's a line too. I feel like there could have been gore, but let's cut the scenes down a little bit. Again, we go back to how long this damn movie is. There are parts that don't need to be in there. More stuff can be implied, but you can still show the gore to still have that effect. I think there's a balance, and he's leaning far into the gore side of it to the point where it becomes like a challenge to people to watch it. The gore doesn't affect me like that, but I'm sure it affects other people. in that way, where it's like, there's no way you can watch this. Oh yeah, well I'm gonna do it. And then you had that whole thing about people walking out of the theater and throwing up and all that.
Yeah.
So it's almost become like this cultural challenge when the Terrifier movie comes out. Can you sit through the whole thing? That's gimmicky to me, and it is a little overdone, especially in this one.
Well, when you get to the third one, he does cross the line to me. We'll explain that when we get to Terrifier 3. But it's not a franchise that I don't want to see these movies in theaters. I have to kind of watch them at home. I think I would hate looking at the screen for theater.
Sure.
Did you see any of these in theaters, Tyler, or no?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Just curious. Did you see either of these in theater, Wes?
Nope.
Right.
Nope, at home.
Good for all of us.
Yes. I think I was gonna go see the second one in theaters, but some of our friends backed out, so we just all agreed as a whole to not see it. So
yeah,
kind of glad we did that.
And it's like we have been talking about, and Wesley just talked about, the movie is way too damn long. Almost every scene you can cut something out. An hour and 22 minutes of like so much gore and like horror and stuff like that is crazy. Like half an hour needs to be cut from this movie. Horror movies like this that aren't like 7 or something need to be like 145 max, I think.
Right.
Because they had a scene with
we go.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah. They had one of the scenes with Sienna's friend that just was very gory and just not needed. Like a little bit of it was okay, but there was way too much gore in that scene.
That's one of those things where we can imply stuff, and he has used the implying the gore in certain scenes. But here, you could have been a little gory, showed a little bit, cut away to the mom finding her, and then you see her displayed. That would have been enough, in my opinion. But you dragged it way too long.
Instead, like you whack her 3 times with a hammer or axe or something like that, that'd be enough. But no, then it's additional like 15 whacks we see, and you just cut that.
And then he grabs the salt in the was it bleach or like vinegar or whatever? Like, come on, man! Like this is. I understand it. It hammers home the idea that he loves doing this. He loves to
does it for fun,
mutilate bodies. Yeah, exactly. Which I get that. I already understood that. You don't need to keep showing me. Like, so there's something about that you need to cut those down. Way too long. And then we talked about Sinners and how the first act was so long, and it was right at that cusp where if we went a little longer, we might have bounced. We might not have liked it as much, but they had that perfect balance of slow pacing into fast pacing, which worked. Here, it took us almost 40 minutes to get Sienna to her high school and we meet her friends. Like that's unacceptable in my opinion, especially for this type of film. Yeah. We need to get there faster. The pacing was so slow in this movie.
When you're talking horror, you have like that first scare scene at the beginning, and then you want to meet the protagonist right after that and get going into it. Like, because that
to set up all their friends and family and all that right away.
Because we need that protagonist to like be introduced to the killer or whatever world in the 30 minutes in. Like, can't be any later than that. And it just took a little bit too long. All right, so one of the main things I want to talk about also is Damien Leone. Like, so maybe these movies aren't necessary for me, but this guy has such a good eye and such a good talent for making film, like horror movies. I want to see what he could do with another script, like something that's like different. I think this guy just has so much potential to just blow up. I mean,
not like he already has been, but with something else.
Oh no, he's already blown up with this because the third one boxed so much money that he's probably going to be a Hollywood it boy. Yeah. But I think the future is so strong for this guy. How about you guys? How about you, Wes?
Oh, I agree. The aesthetics alone of these films, I absolutely love. The way it's shot, the coloring, the lighting. Art the Clown looks phenomenal. Like you brought up, even though there's over the top gore, it's done practically and it looks great. Because I'm pretty sure he was a special effects artist. I'm pretty sure prior, and he brought that knowledge into the films. Yeah, yep. I agree with you. I would love to see him take on something original or an already existing IP that to give a fresher take on something we've seen before would be cool, because he has an eye for horror. And yeah, the sky's the limit with this guy, I think.
Give him Freddy. If he's gonna take an IP, give him Freddy.
I wouldn't hate that. I would not hate
Hell
that.
yeah.
I think visually
that would be good, actually.
Because if you think of like how he's already has Art the Clown doing all
I
these
was gonna
crazy
say it's
things.
kind of like just what you said at the beginning, that you kind of see him as like a Freddy type beat. So I mean, put him in that universe, you might get something really cool.
Somebody needs to do Freddy, because that last one was terrible.
Well, it was so bad. We like to forget about that one.
I just find it funny that the people who can make such horrible things on film and write, like Damien, he wrote this. This came out of his head. David Howard, he plays Art the Clown, a crazy sadistic person, and like all the producers and all the actors and actresses and stuff, like they are supposed to be like the nicest people to meet in person. I've seen like videos at Comic-Con.
Well, I saw him at one of the Astronomicon, I think was back in like April or May or whatever, but he seemed like a cool and genuine funny dude.
Like, he like from all the videos I've seen, like he talks to everybody, or they all talk to everybody. They're all happy and excited. And everything I've read, I've never heard like anyone really have a bad like situation meeting them.
Yeah.
I just found it crazy that in Hollywood, it's like the worse you are on screen, the nicer you're supposed to be in real life. It's just
Yep. I think we talked about that in the last podcast too.
I think we did. Now that I said that like that.
Yeah, but you're right. It is crazy, because he is Art the Clown is definitely not even close to an ounce of what he is as a person. It's just night and day completely. Obviously, Art Clown's a psychopath, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna ask you this question just because you brought it up now. Could you see Damien Leone direct a new Nightmare on Elm Street with David Howard Thornton
as Freddy?
No.
Yes.
You say no?
I say no.
I would say
I can't.
I would prefer him to pick somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, David's too tall to be Freddy anyways, because Freddy's like a little guy. Like Jackie Earle Haley did such a good job. He was the shining moment in that reboot that was terrible. I don't know. I would rather just cast Unknown. But put him in the movie. He can be a different character.
I was going to say that.
That'd be cool.
Put him in there as like one of the parents, or maybe the new janitor that works at the school. Something just like a cameo of him.
He could be a doctor who's trying to help the kids or something.
There, yeah.
Yeah, you can put him in the movie.
Yeah.
I could see him playing Freddy. I just wouldn't.
You would prefer?
I prefer somebody else.
Yeah.
I would prefer a completely unknown person, and not an actor we all know.
I just have my poster over there, so as you're talking about it, I'm looking at it, I'm like, can I see David Howard Thornton as him or no?
That's Robert Englund, buddy.
So yeah, 100%.
It's always going to be him. All right, since we're talking about Art the Clown so much in this, is Art the Clown is he solidified as a horror icon already, or do we need a little bit more time?
You can go ahead, Wes, if you want.
No, he is solidified. He's already in culturally, and just for me alone, seeing him and that smile is imprinted in the back of my head. He did it fast too, man. Like, it didn't take much. That first film, I'd say he became iconic.
Yeah.
Which is hard to do, because we see slasher films aplenty that are, indie, low budget. None of them stick, but this one stuck immediately.
Yeah, I agree. If you asked me this question probably 6-8 months ago, I probably would say no, but I think now he actually is solidified as a horror icon for sure.
Yeah, he's like I said, when you get to Halloween, you can't go into Spirit without seeing, animatronics of him, costumes of him, people dressing up like him. Everyone recognizes him. You don't even have to see the movies to know Art the Clown.
Yeah.
And when you hit that point, you have solidified. Now, I'm not going to put him on Mount Rushmore yet, up there with like, Jason and Michael and Freddy and all them. But one day, I wouldn't be shocked if he would get up there, because he's already passing some of the smaller tier people. So yeah, I would 100%. I think he's solidified now, and he's got another movie I think they're working on. So
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I bet it's gonna just do monster numbers at the box office.
Yeah. I don't know,
It's huge. It's supposed to be the biggest one yet, and apparently we're supposed to get where he came from in this
trilogy.
fourth movie.
as you say.
Oh, good. I finally. My only issue is like I honestly hope they don't even give it too big of a budget. I'd rather see them keep the budget really small, unless you're just getting a bigger budget so you can finally pay out the actors. But I think the worst thing that could happen in this franchise if you gave it like a $20 million budget. I think
I hope not.
Yeah.
I'd rather see this movie like down in the I can't think what word I'm using, but
I would answer, but I don't know either.
I don't even know what I'm looking for. But either way, like I want to see them like scratching and clawing for like everything they need to get this movie, because you get a better product, and that's why Hollywood is failing, because they're just too comfortable. Like, oh, we need another $10 million. Okay, here you go. Here's the check.
Yeah.
And just this is the type of movie, even though
Go
ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just agreeing with you.
Okay, like these movies that are raw, even if they're not my favorite, I give them like high hopes, or more respect than something that came from like Warner Brothers or something. Just it takes you back to the '80s when they just made movies and they weren't like babysat on. They just made a movie, like the director and the audience decided if it was good or not. And this is one of those type of movies, and the audience has definitely just said yes.
Yeah, and giving a big budget, like you alluded to, it does not make the film better. I don't know your guys' thoughts on Malignant, James Wan's Malignant. I did not like it. I have to rewatch it, but that was a big budget. Yeah. And I like James Wan because he came from a realm of doing things like kind of in that manner of scratching and clawing for his stuff, especially Saw. Right. That was done in like 20 days or something like that on almost no budget. Yeah, and then you give him a bunch of money, and then he, in my opinion, made a dud. Now, I don't know. I might catch flack for that, but that's just my opinion. More money does not make a better movie.
No, I get that. I saw that in the theaters with my buddies when it came out. Had very high hopes for it. Obviously, I have confidence in James Wan. Wasn't a huge fan of it, but I liked that he tried to do something different. It was definitely had a story there, trying to figure out, what's actually going on. So, I mean, I give him props for trying something new, and I don't hate it, but I didn't think it was a success either.
And I have no opinion because I have not seen it. So,
there we go.
All right. So, should we give these movies a quick rating, and then we can close out with any final thoughts, or does anyone have anything else to say specifically? Or
I don't think so. Wes, you got anything?
I had a bunch of little things, but we kind of covered it all. I was just I liked the idea of the supernatural idea for both of them, Sienna and Art the Clown. There's some kind of good versus evil on a more like cosmic scale, it seems like, which I hope is the case that we dive into in the fourth one. I could be wrong. So I like it, Pennywise the Clown and the Deadlights and the turtle, whatever the turtle's name is like they are nemesis, whatever you say that. That's the kind of vibe I got within this one, and I'm hoping that it goes down that line.
Yeah, definitely for sure, because the third one was disappointing at best for me. So
this one's by far your favorite?
Oh, out of the three, yeah. Even though it's not my favorite movie, I still prefer this over certain aspects over some other movies I actually might like more, just because the Sienna character is so strong and there's so much potential.
Yeah,
so much potential out in here. I hope they take it. All right.
Yep, agreed.
All right, scores for the first Terrifier. Who would like to go first? Wesley, would you like to give us a 1 through 5 or 0 through 5 rating?
Sure. The first one is going to get a strong 1 for me. It lacks pretty much everything. The only saving grace is Art the Clown and how iconic he is and just the aura and presence he brings to this film. Other than that, there's really nothing to hang your hat on for this.
Yeah, I'll double down on that. I'd give Terrifier a 1 out of 5. Definitely the best thing about that is art. They were building a story there, but then it just went down to the ground when they switched up the protagonist with us, and I think that just kind of screwed it up. Obviously, I was fine with the gore in it, but everything in that one was just Art the Clown, so 1 out of 5.
Yep,
All right. Personally, I would probably give this a lower grade than I'm about to, but I just appreciate so much what they could do for $50,000 and the creation of an icon. So I will go 1.5, which is still a low score. And I'm telling you, three of you right now, people are gonna be pissed.
I don't care. They can come at me. I'll stand down on my business for this.
Yeah, I'm standing.
Yeah, I will too.
And I know there's a big crowd of people out there that love this stuff. So
yeah,
come at me. I'm cool with it.
So people are gonna be pissed, but just know I respect it. It's just not my cup of tea. All right.
Yeah, of course.
Now, Terrifier 2. Wesley, go ahead. Give us your score for Terrifier 2.
I give this one a 2.5. I thought it had a lot more, obviously, story elements. I enjoyed the story beats, albeit it took forever to get to them. That's the negative of this movie, is it's way too long. The gore aside, I'm fine with the gore. It doesn't bother me that much. It's just, we were dragging throughout this movie, trying to get to the point. But there was a point, which the first one didn't have, so I hang my hat on that. And then Sienna is one of the best final girls that we've seen in recency. Art the Clown again stole the show, but she was able to hang with them in their scenes, which was cool. They had a nice balance between the two of them.
Yeah, that's a hard task.
Yeah, I give it a solid 2.5.
Yeah.
What was that?
That was a hard task to be able to stay up with like Art the Clown, and she did.
Oh
it,
yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure.
All right, Tyler.
Going into this, I originally gave it a 1.5, but I think I'm going to bump it up to a 2. I think I actually really liked the Sienna versus Art, and I didn't think I was going to like it that much. We did a TikTok video about like, is Sidney Prescott like one of the best icons, and there's a decent amount of comments in that video talking about Sienna, and I only watched Terrifier 2 like once at that point, so I didn't really get what people were talking about, but I think rewatching it, I think I did like how good of a character she was in this.
Sydney still is number 1 in my book, but Sienna is like a good.
She was solid, yeah.
You can almost tell where she came from Sydney almost. So.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
So,
well, also, like Sid's hard to pass up because of if we go off of like her feats, she technically has more feats than Sienna does. Sienna's feats are just a little more hardcore,
right?
Because of the instances, but she's not better than Sid yet.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. It was a little longer. That it definitely didn't need to be, and I wasn't a fan of the gore in this one. So yeah, 2 out of 5.
All right, my very complicated mind on this movie. It's way better than the first one. It is way too long. I wrote down 2.5. I'm gonna stick with 2.5. Nothing we talked about makes me like really change too much on that. Sorry, 1 second.
Mike, it's fine. He's still here.
I know, bro. You can edit this out. Shut your face, Tyler. Yeah, so 2.5 for me. If this movie cut out half an hour, it might get bumped up to a 3, but it just lags way too much for me. But it got me potentially excited. Like, I can kind of ignore the gore I don't like because, I'm an adult, whatever. I can just not pay attention if I don't want to. But it got me excited about where the story was going to go. Got disappointed in number 3, but the potential for number 4 I'm really excited about. So pretty solid score, I think, for the second one. So don't be too mad at us for giving the first one a low score, because now that I think about it, you gave it a 1, you gave it a 1, I gave it 1.5.
Is that almost, or
that's the average of less than 1.5. That is a wall of shame movie, you guys. Oh my god, we're gonna get in so much trouble.
Well, it's not good. I don't know what else to say.
Well, we had 2 wall of shames. We did one with Wesley.
Halloween Ends, and we have
which one did we do with Wesley that is terrible?
No, it was just me and you. It was War of the Worlds.
Oh, War of the Worlds. Okay. So this is officially the 3rd movie that gets the Wall of Shame treatment.
We did a Wall of Fame with Wes, which was Sinners, but just between me and you was War of the Worlds.
I'm just going to go ahead and give Wesley a score for War of the Worlds, and that's a 0.5 or a 0 anyways. So
I'm sure it would be.
So yeah, he's agreeing. But yeah, 3 Wall of Shame movies, and we're going to get so much hate, but okay. Let's just hear it. I'm cool with it.
Right? Yeah, put it in the comments.
Yeah.
We'll respond.
So let us know in the comments. Do you like Terrifier 1 or Terrifier 2 better? You know? All right. Tyler, where can they hit us at?
You can check us up on YouTube, TikTok, X, and Instagram at Real Lounge Entertainment.
All right. I think that closes out Terrifier 1 and 2. Any final thoughts or just goodbyes, you guys?
I was gonna do it.
Nope,
I was gonna act out art, but I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head. I don't know if you saw me
I want to put you on the spot right now.
Okay.
Look at that big smile.
Oh no.
I cannot wait.
Let me look at a scene really quick or something, and then I'll try and do something.
I can't wait to witness what we're about to witness. This is so out of character for Tyler.
The first video I saw was this.
All right, let's do it. Okay.
Yeah, this is so not me. So
there's his camera. Let's see it, Tyler.
Okay. Let me lock in.
Oh, God. All right, Wes, you're gonna have to see
That's
that.
That's my thumbnail.
All right, I think that'll do it for this episode from Real Lounge Entertainment. Thanks for listening, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't,
and stay tuned. We're going to be doing Terrifier 3 soon.
Yep. As always, I'm Mike.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Wes.
See you later.